And now, without further ado, class of 2026, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you your commencement speaker for today's ceremony, the one, the only, Mr. Philip Campbell!
Hello. Well, I'm so grateful to be here to give this commencement address to you, class of 2026, my students, my friends, wherever you are, far and wide across the homeschooling world. I wanted to record this commencement address for you because for many homeschoolers, you're not going to get an actual graduation ceremony with the cap and the gown and all that stuff and the commencement address. And so I wanted to offer a commencement address for those of you who aren't having a physical graduation, so you can still kind of partake in this great tradition. And I'm just going to read from my pre-prepared comments here. And all right. So this is for you, class of 2026. Graduation. What a liberating moment. I remember waking up on the morning after my high school graduation in May of 1998. It was a weekday. My parents were both at work. My brother was still in school, and I was home alone. It was a beautiful day. The sun was streaming through the windows, and I remember I just slept in, and I got up and I walked around the empty house. And then I draped a blanket around myself and walked out onto the grass, which was still wet with the dew. I sat down under the hawthorn tree by the river on my parents' 5-acre property. I closed my eyes and felt the warmth of the sun on my face. And I rejoiced because for the first time in my life, I had nowhere to go, nothing to do, and no worldly responsibilities. Come to think of it, that's probably also the last time in my life that happened. So enjoy your graduation day, kids. I have done a lot in my life. I've had many adventures and so on. Being your teacher is what I am most proud of. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 19 through 20, St. Paul tells the church at Thessalonica, "What is our hope or joy or crown of boasting before our Lord Jesus at his coming? Is it not you? For you are our glory and our joy." Class of 2026, I say the same to you. You are my glory and my joy. The glory of all the homeschooling community. Yeah, I've done a lot in my life, but in Judgment Day, it is you that I will present before the Lord and say, these are my hope, my joy, my glory, the crown of boasting. Unless you all really screw up in life, in which case on Judgment Day, I will pretend like I don't know you. The ancients distinguished 4 types of love. Agape, which is the love of man for God and God for man. Eros, which is erotic or romantic love. Storge, which is family love, the love of parents for their children, children for their parents and their kin and so on. And finally, philia, the love among friends or peers. Now, I love the ancients, but in looking at all of you wonderful students out there who are finishing school and passing into adulthood, and considering the love that I have for you, feeling my heart break as some of you that I've known for many years are moving on, I can't help feeling the ancients might have missed one type of love, the sort of love and pride and admiration that a teacher bears for his students, which is entirely unique. In our Catholic homeschools, we think about such things, the great ideas of man. What is love? What is friendship? What does it mean to be human? What is the good life? A liberal arts education explores these questions using the accumulated wisdom of the Western tradition as a faithful guide. Reason, by which man searches for truth, which is represented by the pagan Greek and Roman tradition. And faith, represented by the Catholic tradition, which together elevate, ennoble, and transfigure the truths of reason by the light of divine revelation centered on the person of Christ. Such an education does not equip students with certain skills for a particular career. Rather, it equips them with a fully formed mind and character, fitting them for any career. It does not form kids to be little units of production or cogs in the great machine. Rather, it forms them to be critical thinkers, leaders who are wise, virtuous, and capable of running the great machine that is our society. And most importantly, of understanding the final end of all our actions, happiness and beatitude with God, our Creator. This education, this fellowship that you've known will prepare you to engage the world. But no matter how we try, dear students, we, your instructors, your parents, we can't prepare you for everything. The world is a very strange place. You will see things you are not prepared for. You will run into quandaries of which there is no easy answer. You will encounter dilemmas that your books and studies have not prepared you for. Some of you will experience great sorrow in your lives, and some of you will experience great fortune. All of you will endure trials, and all of you will blink, and 20 years will have gone by, and you will say, "What happened?" How many of you parents out there wish you could have had a school experience like you've given to your kids? Many of you kids will not realize how idyllic your youth was until you are much older, though I believe it begins to dawn on some of you even now. Perhaps these days already mean a great deal to you. It will mean more as the years roll on, as the challenges and griefs of adolescence melt away, and all these memories are washed in a golden tide as the warm haze of nostalgia settles over them. You will store this experience deep down in your core, and it will continue to form you, continue to nourish you, and continue to give you momentum along the trajectory that you've begun here in your studies. And even if you get turned around, lost in the mist, rattled by things you will see in the world, return to the truths that you remember from your youth. Return to the experiences you've had here and drink from it deeply as from a secret well. It will continue to bless you no matter what dark valleys or desolate places you may wander through. You know, there's 3 authors that I believe you can read and learn everything there is to know about human nature. The first is William Shakespeare, with whom many of you are very familiar. The second is Jane Austen, also a favorite among many of our students. The third is an author that I hope more of you discover, and this is the Russian novelist Fyodor Dostoevsky. In his final book, The Brothers Karamazov, published in 1880, Dostoevsky closes the novel with a speech by the seminarian and protagonist Alyosha to a group of young boys that he has mentored after the funeral of one of their friends. He gives them the same advice I will give you, that when all else seems dark, sometimes a single memory of a happy youth can serve as a golden chain, binding a man to the good he knows deep in his conscience. To quote Dostoevsky's Alyosha, whose words I will make my own. And even if we are occupied with most important things, if we attain honor or fall into great misfortune, still let us remember how good it was once here, when we were all together, united by a good and kind feeling which made us. My little doves, let me call you so, for you are very like them, those pretty blue birds, at this minute as I look at your good, dear faces. My dear children, perhaps you won't understand what I'm saying to you, because I often speak very unintelligibly, but you'll remember all the same and will agree with my words sometime. You must know that there is nothing higher and stronger and more wholesome and good for life in the future than some good memory, especially a memory of childhood, of home. People talk to you a great deal about your education, but some good, sacred memory preserved from childhood is perhaps the best education. If a man carries many such memories with him into life, he is safe to the end of his days. And if one has only one good memory left in one's heart, even that may sometimes be a means of saving us. Perhaps we may even grow wicked later on, may be unable to refrain from a bad action, may laugh at men's tears. But however bad we may become, which God forbid, yet when we recall how we've been talking like friends all together at this stone, even the cruelest and most mocking of us, if we do become so, will not dare to laugh inwardly at having been kind and good at this moment. What's more, perhaps that one memory may keep him from great evil, and he will reflect and say, yes, I was good and brave and honest then. Let him laugh to himself, that's no matter. A man often laughs at what's good and kind. That's only from thoughtlessness. But I assure you, boys, that as he laughs, he will say at once in his heart, no, I do wrong to laugh, for that's not a thing to laugh at. Says Dostoevsky. Well, there is much more that can be said, but let me close with this advice. Stand fast, class of 2026. He who endures till the end will be saved, says our Lord. Stand fast. Don't worry about what you're going to do when you grow up. Be good and wise and virtuous now, and trust that these questions will take care of themselves. Let your minds be flooded with God's light. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome the world by your testimony. In the meantime, let us make our own the parting words of St. Thomas More to his daughter. Pray for me as I will thee, that we may meet merrily in heaven. Be blessed, class of 2026, and thank you.